Hello again, I'm Marc Taddei, the music director of the Vallejo Symphony Orchestra, and I'm really excited about our upcoming concert. I thought I'd take this time to share some of my thoughts on the program and why I'm excited about the pieces we're going to play for you. Now, in my last vlog, I mentioned that Haydn's Morning Symphony begins with the sunrise. That's morning as in time to wake up, rather than morning as in I'm inconsolable because it's time to wake up. When I programmed this concert, I thought it'd be fun to start the second half with another sunrise. Sibelius' Symphony is a work whose very essence grew out of nature, and the work begins with another of classical music's most famous sunrises. A major chord that's been inverted, so the lowest note is not the root of the chord, but rather the fifth. Put this together with the sparse horn choir, and Sibelius is able to evoke the dawn of the day in a way that lots of movie composers have since copied. Most famously, Sibelius was inspired by the sight of swans circling overhead, honking far above the composer. He said their cries were similar to cranes without any tremolo. He also felt the swans' calls were closer to trumpets combined with the sound of a sarrusophone. By the way, this is what a sarrusophone looks like. It was designed to replace the bassoon in wind bands as they sound really, really loud. Composers wrote for the instrument at the turn of the 20th century, but now its parts are normally played on the contrabassoon. At any rate, the sight of these birds inspired a theme that seems to circle in on itself in a kind of never-ending perpetual progression. It sounds like this. In a way, this amazing tune gives us a clue to the inner workings of this sophisticated work. Classical forms are thrown out of the window in this symphony, as Sibelius allows his musical themes to dictate the structure of the work. The first movement is a case in point. It feels like a sonata form, but it doesn't follow the harmonic expectations of the form, and in the middle of what we think must be the recapitulation, he seems to turn it into a scherzo, but one that still uses the opening material. It's a brilliant and sophisticated approach to form that is uniquely his own. Sibelius also develops and transforms his tunes in a way that reminds me of children's games like Hangman, where a word is constructed one letter at a time, or the game of alternating words one letter at a time so cat can become dog via the words cot and cog. But it's not only the way he builds themes that's unusual, it's his harmonies. Basically, the entire work is in E-flat, but instead of relying on conventional relationships, he seems to treat the home key as a kind of center where weaker harmonies arrive and depart in elusive and gorgeous ways. In addition to the main tonality of E-flat, this work plays with tonal centers of thirds, major thirds in the case of the first movement, that would be B major and G major, and in the case of the third movement, minor thirds, namely C and G flat. These relationships of thirds are far less powerful than the expected dominant harmonies, so when he finally finishes with a dominant relationship, it feels powerful in a way that's fresh. I love the way his harmonic paths and his melodies sometimes do not converge. They don't move together. You can really hear this in the second movement, especially when the Lydian-tinged harmonies of the first variation start before the opening theme even finishes. Not only that, but he often writes his melody in such a way that part of the orchestra plays slightly behind their colleagues playing the same tune. It's kind of like the oral equivalent of a painter painting a new image on wet paint. Combining this purposeful lack of clarity, both in terms of line and harmony, and the less than powerful harmonic pull of the work's tonality, give the symphony a unique and unsettled emotional power. So here we have a work completed in 1919 at the height of modernism that on the surface might sound somewhat old-fashioned compared to the works of Stravinsky, Schoenberg, and Bartók, but really is a profound reimagination of form that is both modern and unique. Sibelius 5 stands apart from the rest of music. It is a masterpiece that, in my opinion, is a class of its own. I hope you join us for our performance of this very special work.